Investigators from the Violent Crime Unit are investigating a shooting incident that was reported just before 1 a.m. on Tuesday morning, July 4th, in Otley's Village that resulted in the death of one person. The victim is identified as Kishorn Edwards, a 26-year-old male from Keon. Investigations reveal that the victim was shot by an unknown assailant while driving his vehicle in the vicinity of the water tank in Otley's. Police have reported the seizure of another illegal firearm and matching ammunition over the weekend. Officers of the Special Services Unit SSU, while patrolling and conducting searches of abandoned properties and lots, discovered one Taurus 9mm pistol with a magazine containing 6 rounds of 9mm ammunition. The firearm was seized by the police. The officers also executed 6 search warrants on a property between Old Road and Sandy Point. Those searches were done on properties of persons suspected to be engaged in criminal activity. The seizure brings the total of illegal firearms seized so far in 2017 to 26. The last seizure occurred on June 27 in Otley's Village when a K9 team that was part of a search operation discovered an illegal firearm in a gut. Meanwhile, police are investigating a traffic accident which occurred along the Island Main Road in New Guinea on Saturday night around 9:35 p.m. Initial investigations revealed that an SUV transporting 3 occupants was involved in the accident, the force of which ejected 2 people from the vehicle. The injured persons were taken to the JNF hospital where one was pronounced dead. The driver was taken into custody. I'm Andre Huey for SKN Newsline.
Another Chinese national with a St. Kitts and Nevis passport is wanted by China for embezzlement. According to a report in the Antigua and Barbuda Observer, Slan Bin Lee, a Chinese national, was interrogated by Antiguan airport security personnel when he arrived at the V.C. Bird International Airport en route to St. Kitts and Nevis. According to the report, the authorities were alerted that there was an arrest warrant for Lee for embezzlement. As he traveled through the V.C. Bird International Airport to St. Kitts, Lee, who also possessed a Canadian investor visa, was checked and interviewed at V.C. Bird International Airport as he headed to St. Kitts and Nevis. The personnel at the V.C. Bird International Airport received the alert, which was sent out by the CARICOM Advanced Passenger Information System, a system that garners information on passengers traveling through certain CARICOM countries on international and regional flights. Antigua and Barbuda and St. Kitts and Nevis are among some CARICOM countries that participate in the APIS program. This news comes only 2 months after the story of a diplomatic row between China and St. Kitts and Nevis broke over the refusal of the government to hand over Chinese national Wen Bio, who is wanted for alleged embezzlement and fraud in China. Bio is an economic citizen of St. Kitts and Nevis. The government argued that Bio, as a St. Kitts and Nevis, is afforded due process like any other national who is wanted by another country. Bio is still in the Federation, apparently awaiting a new St. Kitts and Nevis passport. Attorney General Vincent Byron had said in May that Bio's passport has not been renewed despite the request for renewal. I am Chantel Rochester, SKN Newsline.
Denroy Simmons, Nicholas Riley, and Keith Murray of Challengers Village have been sentenced to life imprisonment for the murder of George Livingston Quealy of Middle Island. The incident occurred on January 27, 2011 in Challengers Mountain. They were found guilty for the offense of murder on March 7, 2017 at the Bastia High Court. Head of the Crime Directorate, ACP Andre Mitchell, said justice has been served. He commended the investigators and prosecution for their hard work in seeing justice done. Quealy went missing in late January 2011 and his remains were discovered in the Challengers Mountain area on Thursday, November 14, 2013 during a joint operation between members of the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force and the St. Kitts Nevis Defense Force. Chantel Rochester, SKN Newsline.
At Nagico, the things that matter to you matter to us. Like your boat when you're at sea and you get away from everything. Your home and the security of your daughter's things. And the car that you've had for too long, but after all these years, you just can't let go. At Nagico, we're about much more than just insurance. We're about the big things and the small things that mean everything.
If everyday low prices and quality products matter to you, then come to Cost You Less on Bush Road, number 72, St. Martin. At Cost You Less, you can buy the highest quality food and household products, frozen foods, dairy products, snacks, laundry and cleaning products, housewares, and just about every other thing under the sun. Our customer service is just simply the best. St. Kitts Nevis shoppers, visit www.costyouLess.com or visit our store on St. Martin and we'll help you ship your items. Cost You Less, your best value warehouse store.
St. Kitts and Nevis passport holders no longer need a visa to travel to Taiwan. That announcement was made on the weekend by Ambassador of Taiwan, Her Excellency Jasmine Huggins, and Minister of Foreign Affairs Mark Brantley in a press statement from the Citizenship by Investment Unit. Her Excellency Jasmine Huggins advised that in order to benefit from this arrangement, citizens must satisfy a number of criteria. She said that they must hold a standard passport valid for at least 6 months, hold a return flight or boat ticket, have a valid visa for an onward destination, and possess no criminal record as verified by immigration units upon arrival at an airport or port in Taiwan. Minister Brantley said Taiwan has been a great supporter of St. Kitts and Nevis, and this step further demonstrates the strength of our collaborative partnership, which brings benefits to the citizens of both countries in the areas of business, tourism, trade, and cultural reciprocity. The measure, which takes place with immediate effect, will grant nationals up to 30 days visa-free entry into Taiwan. The minister said he feels privileged to have played a part in achieving this exciting opportunity for the citizens of St. Kitts and Nevis and for further embedding a truly bilateral relationship. He added that visa-free access granted by Taiwan is a clear indicator of the global confidence in the integrity of the St. Kitts and Nevis passport and the due diligence measures. Over the last 2 years, nationals of St. Kitts and Nevis have already had visa-free travel to a range of other countries to include Brazil, the Maldives, Indonesia, Seychelles, Bolivia, Sierra Leone, Kenya, Ukraine, Kosovo, Kazakhstan, and now Taiwan. I am Chantel Rochester, SKN Newsline. The High Command of the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force is making an appeal to citizens to report persons seen tampering with or vandalizing components of the closed-circuit television system being currently installed in several areas throughout the Federation. Assistant Commissioner of Police Ms. Mercelyn Hughes, who heads the directorate responsible for technology, indicated that over the last weeks, cameras in the Shadwell and Connery areas have been tampered with. ACP Hughes said these systems are being installed to enhance safety and security, and persons who are caught tampering or vandalizing CCTV equipment and other citizen safety supporting equipment will be charged and prosecuted to the fullest extent possible. The ACP further expressed that she was disheartened to hear the reports of vandalism and this attempt by a few to undermine citizen safety. She commended the government for its response and resolve in replacing those cameras damaged by these individuals. Several weeks ago, Prime Minister Harris, in his capacity as the Minister of National Security, was given a tour of a number of the ongoing installation sites and the monitoring stations. The National Security Minister hailed the progress thus far and encouraged the citizens in the communities to embrace this security initiative and lend support in ensuring that they do all that they can to support the project and to maintain the peace and safety of the environment. The project is ongoing with installation in other communities. I'm Chantel Rochester, SKN Newsline.
The Ministry of National Security is eyeing sometime in November to have the final draft of drawings for the new prison to be submitted for approval. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of National Security, Osmond Petty, made that announcement recently when he addressed reporters at the opening of the Summer Fire Safety Program.
The prison construction is at the stage of design. Just this week we met with the architects, Hobson and Associates, and so we looked at the preliminary designs, and I think we are targeting somewhere around November to have final drawings done. After that, then we'll be looking at securing funding and tendering and so on. So at this time, we are in the process of doing the designs.
The new prison is expected to be constructed in the Estridge Estate area, as the current holding facility is vastly overcrowded, with prison officials facing growing challenges keeping contraband items out. Her Majesty's Prison was constructed in 1840 to house approximately 60 persons, but the population has steadily increased, at one point topping the 500 mark, according to reports. SKN Newsline understands that there are just over 200 criminal offenders currently detained at the penitentiary.
The present prison is overcrowded. There's only so much you can do. We have some major rehabilitation programs taking place, but there is cramped for space. And so to really do proper programs to rehabilitate prisoners and to improve security, I mean, I don't know, some of you may have seen that there was a big fire and whatever, an outbreak in Guyana recently. We want to ensure that nothing like that happens. And so the cramped facilities at Her Majesty's Prison right now needs to be addressed very urgently.
Against that backdrop, the PS pointed out that it is important that they get the new facility up and running sometime in the near future so that they can alleviate challenges prison officers face. PS Petty said the new prison is important for proper security and proper rehabilitation of those locked up.
I would assume it would have to do with overcrowding. It would have to do with the lack of facilities and maybe lack of security for prisoners, because prisoners should not be able to get access to inflammatory material that easily.
According to information coming out of Guyana, the inmates lit several fires simultaneously as a means to create a diversion in their bid to escape. 6 inmates made good their escape out of the Camp Street holding facility. The fires caught onto all the wooden structures in the prison compound and completely destroyed them. Inmates were moved to the prison officers' sports club in close proximity to the complex, and they lit that building on fire as well. Investigations are ongoing into that incident. Henika Watkis Porter for SKN Newsline.